G'day all, welcome back to Dad versus Son, my pretties, and we're about to go on with scenario 28, No Ingouf Around, and we're back to the Germans' turn. They're on 2 VPs. The Americans still hold their 3 objectives, and the Germans still hold their 2 objectives. Both sides still have 1 secret objective I know nothing about, but the Americans picked up a 155mm artillery radio. Yay! So let's see what the Germans want to do. So they've got a command confusion, an artillery denied, and a advance. So the first thing they're going to do, smartly, is use an artillery denied. So both sides now have a broken comms. Okie dokie. Second thing they can do is advance if they wish. And I think at the moment we wish. So we are going to activate Lauerbach here. And he is going to advance this parachute to there. And we're going to advance these guys back to here again. Ready to take these poo heads on. So that's our advance. And that's all they can do. And they get 5 new cards. And we're back to the Americans, who have a recover, a move. They've picked up another recover, an advance, and an artillery request. So the first thing we're going to do is fix our artillery. So the American artillery is back. We don't have anything to fire, which is a real poo. So we're going to move as our second order, and we're going to activate these guys here. And they are going to go 1, 2 over to here. Like that. Which means that these guys don't have line of sight. This guy does, but doesn't have range. Well, sorry, he doesn't, and he doesn't have range, which only leaves this little man here who does, who can fire for 4 into there if he wants to. And they do have a couple of fire orders. So I think he's got to. So he's going to opportunity fire. He doesn't have anything to help with it, so it's only for 4. But it's still better than nothing with them out in the open. Plus 4 is 8. Okay, it's not much better than nothing out in the open. This guy's here for 7. And 7 is 14. And we have an American event, which is Hero. But he's already there, so it doesn't matter. This guy's here for 8. And 7 is 14. 15, and we have an event, but we are out of American cards. They have 1 order left to give. We shuffle up the American deck. Okay, VP marker goes to 5, and nobody gets any VPs. So we look at smoke, there is none. Reinforcement for the American, and we get 5, which is good for the American radio, but we don't care because we've already got 1 in play. Now, that may be wrong in that reinforcements may be in play, but I'm taking it, no, they're not in play until they actually enter the board, so therefore that's why I got this. So I just forget about it. which leaves us with dig-ins, and nobody has any dig-ins, so we just have our hero to go. No, we have the event to go. And the event is Prisoners of War. Eliminate one broken American adjacent to an enemy. We don't have any. And that's it, because we did him. And that's where we got the event. Okay, so this bloke now moves down again. They've gone 1, 2 to there. They go 3 to here. So this bloke can fire again for 4. Again, with nothing to help. 4 and 5 is 9. A little bit better, but these blokes have got cover now. So this bloke is now here for 7, and 1 is 8. And 6 is good. 8 plus 1 is 9. And 4 is 13. He's good. And 9 and 1 is 10. And 9 is good. And they're not going to move any further at the moment, but what they are going to do is nothing, in fact. I do have a recover with assault fire, so I could maybe knock this guy out. I'm going to do it. So they're going to assault fire, as they are. Make one fire attack with any number of your units' weapons with box firepower that are currently activated to move. So we have 6 and 1 is 7 and 1 is 8 into here with nothing else to help. 8 and 6, 14. And this little man is here for 8 and 1 is 9 and has concealment. So that could bring him to 10. And I think we'll do it just in case. So he's there for 10 plus 7. He's good. And the event is interrogation. Look at your opponent's hand, select one card there, place it in the discard. And they've got a recover and an advance. And the advance doesn't help the Americans all that much at the moment, but having the recover out there does. So that is gone. Right, which was the other one that we were going to use. So this guy can now move 1, 2 to here. This guy can still fire. It's part of the same opportunity fire. Firing for 4 plus 6 is 10, and we have a German sniper hitting at M1 right here, and I think we'll take out the 50 cal. Oh, sorry, M1. I was looking at N1. Oh, I nearly screwed it. So M1 is here. Doesn't get anything. Yeah, M1. So we're firing into here for 10, and he's there for 8 and 7. He's good, and we have American event. Interdiction. Suppress one unit in a hex with less than 1 cover. So we shall suppress the German light machine gun here. So this bloke's moved 1, 2, and he's going to go 3 to here, and he shoots again for 4. Oh, plus 11, 15. He's getting worried. And our little man is there for 8. And 6 is 14 and gets hit. I was hoping to just sneak him in here, but didn't work. And that's all the Americans can do other than an advance. Okay, so we might actually do that. We're going to do advance for our last, and we're going to advance these guys to here. So we can bring shit down on here. And that's it for the Americans. Get rid of that for the Germans. And the Americans get 5 new cards. And the Germans have a fire, command confusion, recover, and artillery request. So the first thing they're going to do is their artillery request. and their radio is back online as well. So that's good. The next thing they're going to do is a recover. We'll start over here. We get rid of this, and we get rid of this. This bloke's here for 8. 9, no good. This guy's here for 7, 8, 9, 10. And we get 6, which is good. And we have a sniper at J9. Does nothing. They have their heavy machine gun back, which can bring fire onto this guy, and this guy, and these guys. And the last recover is this guy here for 8. And we get a 7, which is good, but we have another event, which is Battle Harden. One German becomes a veteran. And I think realistically at the moment, our veteran needs to be this little guy who's been holding out all by his lonesome. This guy is back. And the Germans have one more order they can give, so they are going to fire. And I think we need to just take out some Americans. So we're actually going to fire here. So we have 10. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10, 11, 12. Into there. Nothing else to add. And 3 for 15. Okay. This guy is here for 9. Do the Americans... They do have a light wounds if I want to use it. So he's there for 9. And 7 is 16, which is great. And the event is Battle Harden. One American unit becomes a veteran. Lots of veterans turning up. So this guy is not hit, which is bloody wonderful. And I think what we might do, I'm just trying to think who we want to battle harden. I think this guy, because he's going to be basically part of our assault force. Righto, so that's all the Germans can do. That's their 3, so they get 5 new cards. And the Americans have an advance, an artillery request, a recover, a rout, and a fire. Right. Let's plonk some artillery first, I think. So artillery request, and we're going to call it in from the lieutenant here to here. That's at a range of 1, 2, 3 with no hindrance. And it goes 5 3s, 15, which is wonderful, and it spreads 5 5. Okay, so it goes from here to here to here, and we'll hit these 2. Okay, and it's hitting for 12. And the first one we'll do is this guy here. So we have 12 plus 4 is 16. And this guy's in here for... now we're going into trees, which gives us a... No, it only says woods, not orchards. So we don't get the +2. Okay. So this guy is here for 8 and 1 is 9. Nothing. They do have a light wounds they could use. So he's there for 9 and 10, 19. He's fine. And for this guy, it's hitting for 12 plus 5 is 17. And he is in there for 9 And 10. Well done, that man. Okay, so that's our first order done. Which leaves us a recover, advance, fire, and route. Right. We do have the assault fire on the route, but we can't use that on a advance, only on a move. Right. I think what we might do first is fire. And we're going to fire straight down into here. Yeah. So we have a distance of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So out of range, only this. So we have 11 with nothing to help. Plus 6, 17. And in here, 8, 9, 10. And 5, no good. And in here, 8, 9, 10. And 6 is 16, which is a hit. And even if I give him the light wounds? I think I have to, as much as I don't want to. So we're going to do light wounds on him as well. So we'll get rid of that. Into wherever it goes again, I can't bloody remember there. And an elite team back with the machine gun. And then 9 plus 1 is 10. And 9 more is 20, and he's fine, which leaves us 1 order to give. And we could do a recover, which would help. Or I could now do an advance to here and hope to survive to get another advance to get into these. If not, then a move into here at least. Because these are all spread out, so they can take out one of them with the fire order. They can't take out any more. So I'm going to go for the advance. And we're going to advance these guys down to here. Right, and that is the Americans' turn over, and we get 3 new cards, and we're over to the Germans, who finished with the command confusion and now have 3 routes and a move. Nothing to fire with. Okay. As much as I hate to say it, what I'm going to do is actually get rid of all 5 cards. I need fires, I need ambushes, I need recovers. So, yep, the Germans is going to get rid of 5 cards, pick up 6. We're over to the Americans with a recover, a route, a recover, a fire, and a route. Nothing to move. Okay, so we may as well do our recover, which we will do. So we'll start up the back here. There for 9. And we get a 7, which is good. And the event is reinforcements. So American reinforcements again, and we roll and we get a 7 this time. Righto, a 7 for 1944, which gives us Sergeant Goziak, handy. A medium machine gun and weapons team, a line squad, and a radio that's gone, we don't care about. So a sergeant would be handy to bring on and pick up these guys. So we're going to pick up Sergeant Goziak. Well, let's find the Sarge. I don't think I've ever actually used him in a game yet. There he is. Sergeant Goziak. And he's up. Right, so he's done. This guy here for 9. Oh, it's a 12. That's useless. We go up to time 6. Okay, we reshuffle up the American deck. We still have to do this guy. And we have 2 orders left to give for the Americans. We again have no smoke. We have no VPs for anybody because we don't have a defender. We don't have any reinforcements, which basically just leaves us with dig-ins. So the Americans have no dig-ins. The Germans are hoping for some. No. And they do have one, of course, on their artillery request. But I think it's worthwhile for here. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to put foxholes here. Oops. Like that. That's the only one they've got. Okay, so now this gentleman here for 9, and we get 6, and he is back. Right, so we have a recover we can't use now. We have a fire and 2 routes. So let's try and route first. Or fire first. Let's fire first. And if I fire with this guy, I can fire into here. Again, he'd be firing for 11 into there. Or I can fire with this guy into here or here. I think firing into here is better. So we will fire from here for 11 down into here with nothing to help. We have 11 and 10, 21. Okie dokie. Now the Germans have absolutely nothing. Righto, so our first little friend here is for 7, 8, 11. And 10 is 21. So he is suppressed, but we have a German sniper first at C1. Up there, does nothing. Our machine gunner team here is for 8, 9, 12. And 3, he's hit. And 9 and 3 is 12. And 10 is 22, and he's fine. Okay, so that's a fire. And then we will rout the Germans. We'll do this guy first. So he's there for 8. Oh, 12, and he's gone. Okay, so that's 2 VPs and first kill. So we're back to 0 VPs total. We go up to time 7 of 8. We reshuffle the American deck again. And they still have no orders to give. It's just the route we need to finish. We have no smoke. We have no reinforcements. We have no dig-ins. And nobody gets any VPs because there's nobody there as a defender. Right. So we've done him. He's gone. We'll do this guy. He's in here for 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But a 12 will still rout him. And we get a 7. No good, but we have an event, which is gain 1 victory point for each of your opponent's eliminated units. So the Americans pick up 1 victory point. And that is where we sit at the moment. And then this fellow here for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And he's fine as well. And there's nobody else to rout. That's it for the Americans. They get 3 new cards. And we're over to the Germans, who have a command confusion, a fire, a move, and 2 recovers. So they are going to recover as their first order. So we'll remove this. We'll do this guy first. He's in here for 7, 8, 10. And he's back. So they get the mortar back. And the machine gun team, again, in here for 7, 8, 11. Did I go 7, 8, 10? Idiot. 7, 8, 11. Should have been for him as well. I'm a dickhead. And we get a 10, so he's back. And we have a sniper at A3, which does nothing. Okay, so they're all back. There's nobody else to come back, which is good. So now they have a move and a fire. I think what they might do is fire into here to help protect themselves, and they're going to use grenades. So that'll be a +2. Okay, so they can't use the mortar whatsoever, but they can use the light machine gun for 5, 6, 7, 8. +2 is 10 into here. And they're also going to use marksmanship, which takes it up to 12. +8 is 20, which could do a little bit of damage there. What do the Americans have? Nothing to help. Okay, so this guy's here for 7. +1 is 8, -1. Because he's got a road as well. So he's there for 7. So he cannot help himself. He's there for 5 more and is hit. This little fella here is for 9, +1, -1. So 9 and 2 and is hit. And this guy's here for 9, +1, -1 again. And 8, and that is not enough either. Right, which leaves the Germans with 1 order, which is a move, which I don't think is a very good idea at the moment at all. So they are finished, and we'll get 5 new cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and their deck is getting very low. Okay, the Americans have their recover, 2 routes, a fire, and a move. So I think the first thing we need to do is move. But the trouble is I need to do the recover. Simple as that. So we recover. We'll start here. He's up there for 9. We get an 8, which is good. And a sniper at I6. No good. So this guy is back. Our hero is there for 9. -1 is 8. and is good. This guy's here for 9. 10 minus 1 is 9. And he's back. And another American sniper at F4, which does nothing. And this guy is here for 8 minus 1 is 7 and is no good. Okay, so that's the recover. So the next thing they're going to do is they can't use the routes, is fire. And that's it. Again, we'll fire from up here down into here. So again, we have 11 down into here with nothing to help. 11 and 9 is 20. Happy with that. So again, the mortar is here for 8, 9, 12. Sorry, let's just see if they've got a concealment or something. They do have a concealment. So they're going to use it. So that takes it down to 17 incoming. So again, 8, 9, 12. And that's time, which takes us to sudden death. Right. So we shuffle up the German cards. The Germans do not want this to end because they're at... the Americans are at 1 victory point. And we'll still go either way because we have the 2 secret objectives. So neither side really wants this to end at the moment. So what we want is an 8 or better from the Germans. And let's see how we go. Deck, we'll cut it. And we get a 6. No good. Okay. So, dun, dun, dun. At the moment, the Americans are winning with 1 victory point. We look at the German secret objective, and it is that objective 4 is worth 1 VP, and objective 4 is in German control. So the Germans pick up 1 VP, taking it to 0. Dun, 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 dun. And the Americans have objective 2 is worth 1 VP. And objective 2 is... No, that's 5. Is in American control, and they get 1 VP, and the Americans win. Wow. It was fought out over here. No objectives changed hands. Only one whole thing, 1 paratroop squad, and that was it. Oh, that was good. It was. And again, like I said right at the start, they both were evenly matched. So there was no hassles there whatsoever. The casualties, only 1 casualty, 1 victory point in it, so evenly matched across the board. If I screwed up with this, then again, it doesn't matter. It didn't affect anything. I only got to use it once over here, and it did bloody nothing, effectively. So, again, thank you very much. That was worked out a hell of a lot better than I thought it would. I think the Americans been able to jump across here, really screwed around with the Germans. You know, there's a couple of times the Germans could have taken out some extra Americans up here, but trying to stop these guys from getting down and being able to advance and assault into either of these areas made a lot more sense to me, tactically, than just going for kill points. but it was the kill points that came down to it. And considering over a couple of turns, these two could have been taken out, and that would have actually given the Germans the win. So that's the way things go. But thank you very much for that. It was bloody wonderful. And that is that. So what are we up to next, I ask? I do. And I think we're up to, that's December 16. So realistically, I think we're up to scenario 25A, followed by scenario 25B, and scenario 25A and B have all of these special rules and historical notes. So yeah, that'll be an interesting couple to go, which then leaves us with Look Mum, No Tanks, I think. Yep. And then yep. Then just trying to get these in order. Where? Why is that there? I'm just trying to work out why there is scenario 30 Red Skies at Night, which is a Russian one in Battle Pack 1, and it's Germans against Russians in 1943. I don't know. Anyway, so we've got Bastogne, and that I think would be about it. So we're halfway through, a bit over halfway through. Thank you again for coming along for the ride. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. And yeah, I don't think I've had one quite that close before. I think I have with the VPs, but not with the lack of casualties to go with it, and the lack of changeover of objectives or anything else. So different. Take care, enjoy your gaming, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.